Damn, somebody told her to drink bleach?
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Unquestionably Raw NBA podcast. I'm your host, Matt Miller. We are going to continue our team previews. We got the Los Angeles Lakers tonight, and we have a first-time guest. We have Neitz Bluestein with us tonight. How are you doing? Thank you for coming on.
I am doing so dope, and I'm stoked to talk to LaMelo. That's it.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes. We got James Hollis back with us and Brady Klopfer again. I hope everybody's enjoying his picture here that's showing. He's had a little difficulty, so, he has to use a different device today so everybody gets to stare at the picture. It's a beautiful thing.
For your pleasure, ladies.
Yes, but I'm going to actually, speaking of Brady, I'm going to you first. So the Los Angeles Lakers, we're going to talk a little bit about their offseason here. Obviously, it started off with the D'Angelo Russell trade. He gets traded to the Brooklyn Nets. They get Lopez back in return. He's only got a year left in the contract. Obviously, you draft Lonzo Ball. You get Kuzma. They made a couple other signings, too, in there. Let me make sure I got it all right. And, obviously, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, a big one. He's going to come in and be shooting guard for him. What did you think of their offseason?
I thought it was pretty good. There was nothing egregious there, which is a huge step up from last year when they threw all the money at Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng. So,
real quick, and they also got rid of Mozgov in that trade, so that's a good thing.
Which is important. I kind of like that trade. I mostly like it. You'd like to get a lot more talent-wise for giving up a player like D'Angelo Russell. I'm not a big D'Angelo Russell fan at all, but still, the pedigree of being a number 2 pick, being that young, having the stats that he's had, even though I don't think he's going to be a star, there's still enough star potential that you would like to get some talent coming back to you other than just 1 year of Lopez.
He's got a really good skill set.
He does. He has a good skill set. It was a great pickup for the Nets. But realistically, the Lakers, their goal here is that this time next year, they'll have 1 or 2 of LeBron James, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook. That's what they're playing towards. So if getting rid of Russell is what you needed to do to get rid of Timothy Mozgov's contract, which is going to allow them the cap space to sign 1 or 2 of those superstars, then it was a great move. So the process of it is good. We're going to have to wait till next year to see whether the results of that trade are actually a good thing. Mm-hmm. I love the Lonzo Ball pickup. I'm not as high on him as most people are, but I think it was the move they had to make.
James on this one. I love Lonzo Ball, but
I'm not so. But
I heard that, James.
Now maybe I might have to recalibrate my stance on Lonzo Ball because I'm agreeing with Brady here. Damn it.
Damn. Recalibrate.
Oh,
come to the dark side, James. Come to the dark side.
Oh man.
But it's still a good. I think it's a move they had to make. I think there are a lot safer draft picks than Lonzo, but I think there's something to be said, especially in Los Angeles, with that Lakers organization for taking that flashy player who has that really high ceiling, even if there's a lower chance that he's going to actually reach that ceiling. I liked players like De'Aaron Fox and Dennis Smith Jr. better, but I think you take that high ceiling pick if you're in the position that the Lakers were in. And then Contavious Caldwell-Pope is a wonderful pickup. They got him for such a small amount of money.
Whoa! No, they got him for 20 million.
He got a good contract. It was only for a year, I think.
Yeah, they got 20 million for 1 year.
It's $20 million that they weren't going to use on anything else, and since it's only 1 year, it's not going to. They got him for an amount of money that's not going to restrict them from signing.
It's a lot like that JJ Redick signing, a lot of money, but 1 year.
Exactly. So I think that's a good move for them, even though I'm not really sure what they're going to do with him going forward after this year. But yeah, I can't take issue with any of the moves they made. I think they made some quality moves, and just so much depends on the player that Lonzo turns into and whether or not those free agents are willing to come next year.
Absolutely. James, I know you got a lot to say about this Lakers offseason. First, I want to get your opinion on the trade they made to get rid of Mozgov. Obviously, you had to trade D'Angelo Russell, but you get Lopez. He's on he's got 1 year left. Well, what did you think of that trade?
Yeah, I mean, so I get it that D'Angelo was not a Magic guy, right? The previous regime picked up D'Angelo. Yeah, previous regime brought him in, so Magic and them weren't really married to him. I know the whole locker room thing, blah blah. I think you could have found that kind of deal anytime you needed to. There was no reason to do it now. And with a player as talented as D'Angelo, you should at least ran him out there with Lonzo for a couple months to see how it went. Because there's a chance that those two are really good together.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And maybe you either rethink the whole plan, and you need to bring in one star, or you get more for D'Angelo when you decide to move him. Because now guys see that he's the league sees he's a really good player and he can play off another guy. So then maybe you can find a better deal for him.
And D'Angelo Russell showed some signs when they had him playing the shooting guard. So him and Lonzo could have worked well.
Right. So I feel like, and I get the plan. I'm going to disagree a little bit with Brady. Like, he said he can't really argue anything about the plan. It's just that when something that takes so many different moving parts and so many things that haven't even we haven't even seen yet. Like, they got to find that take it for Deng still in room.
Yep.
Or for my man Clarkson to go.
Yes.
So it's like there's still so much left to do. I feel like they kind of rushed into this one. I get it. Maybe a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So the cap space you can get now is worth. Maybe you can't get it later, so just get it while you can. I kind of understand that, but I do think it was an overpay just to move Mozzie. Like you said though, the KCP that's a no-brainer. He's a good player, and if he can prove himself on this contract, he's opening himself up for a longer term. Maybe not as lucrative yearly, but a longer-term contract with them. So once contract's up, they have his bird rights. It's going to be right because he'll have a cap hold, and then they bring in their star or stars, and then they can re-sign him if they need to. So it's not a bad deal. That's a good deal.
Yes. What about the drafting of Kuzma? He seems to be a nice sleeper pick steal.
So if I'm right, I think they also got the Kuzma pick from that trade.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm all in on because I haven't heard the name Kuzma until I saw him play, but watching him play in summer league and go back and watch highlights. College, that kid. It's funny because his college statistics were almost identical to Tatum's, and the only difference is I think he did 2 or 3 years in college versus Tatum being in year 1. But so that he's a little older, but yeah, just watching him play and the guy can just flat out play. So that might be the steal of the draft. My thing is ball. So I get it. They love the passing.
Yes.
I'm not the. We just watched Chris Paul, probably the greatest point guard of the greatest overall point guard of his generation.
Yes.
All the passing in the world doesn't matter if you don't have anybody to pass to. And we just watched a team like Utah just kind of, they ran their offense and they beat the Clippers. I get it. Blake was out, but it's like all the passing in the world is great from a point guard, but you can actually scheme passing into your offense without Alonzo Ball. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. A guy like Dennis Smith's ceiling seems to be so much higher than me. Even a guy like to me, Donovan Mitchell, I look at him as a pro and I think that guy's going to be somebody special. Lonzo Ball just didn't do it for me. Now in summer league, he looked really good. He had some really good games in summer leagues, and it's summer league. But again, I would if he was bad in summer league, I'd crush him. Credit. I just don't see that superstar potential everybody else does. So
are you willing to ever come over if you see a couple things during this season? Are you willing to come over to the dark side with Lonzo?
I mean, no, I've definitely no dark side. If he's a good player, I'll say he's a good player. No, yeah. If I said I don't think he's gonna be the superstar, and he turns into a superstar, then I'll be like, oh, I was wrong. I was wrong.
Nice.
He turns into a superstar. I'm not gonna sit there and just say, oh, well, no, it's not luck. I mean, if he can
you're
play,
not gonna find way because you weren't as high on him that way. If he becomes that, you're not gonna just hate on him just because initially you didn't think he was gonna be that good.
Yeah, if his shot translates and he can be a 16 to 18 point per game scorer. And he's getting you double-digit assists, or 8 or 9 assists and 6 boards, and the team is winning. That's it. What are you gonna do? I can't hate on the kid.
Absolutely,
so we'll
absolutely. Neats, I'm coming to you now. What did you think of what the Lakers? Yes. What did you think of this Lakers offseason? I want to get your thoughts on Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm totally on the dark side. I love Lonzo.
Yes.
Besides all the hype of the reality show Kardashian in LA, I think what was so awesome is I have never in my life watched Summer League until this season, this summer, whatever, and it was all for Lonzo. It was so entertaining to watch, and it's Summer League. Since when is Summer League?
It was an event. I mean, those arenas were all sold out when the Lakers played. They all wanted to see Lonzo Ball.
Fans drove those miserable 4 hours to go see Lonzo play, and I love that. Like that, I know that Lakers fans are a good fan base in the first place, but I love that they kind of have that energy around this one guy that honestly they haven't even tested in the league yet. So that to me is like an A on Magic Johnson's part. I think I'm going to get into like the petty of the offseason. The way that they got rid of D'Angelo was awful. I'm all about that actual trade, though. Just the press conference, the hype around it, everything after I wasn't a fan of, but getting rid of that cap space to face stars next summer, I'm not in the camp that thinks any of those stars are coming to the Lakers, but disagree with you.
You have to take a chance at it, right? You know, you move, and you got to get rid of Mozgov anyways, like you said, to clear the cap. What about Contavious Caldwell-Pope? Did you like that signing? It just for a 1 year.
I love that, even if it just gives them like slightly of a better defense, so they're not totally dead last. I was reading what Larry Nance Jr. said that their goal for next season, one of the biggest ones, is to just not be 30th in defense. Like that's like good for them, man. Like set your goals high. You know, you're not.
Hey, the Lakers are back, baby.
Yes, they are. Yes. On one hand. No, they're back. They're going to be there. I'm not saying they're a playoff team this year. I'm not going that far. We'll get to hot takes later at the end, but I'm not that far. Don't worry. I'm not going to say they're going to make the playoffs.
That would be a flaming take. Oh, okay.
But I really like the Lonzo Ball signing. I mean, call me stupid, James. Brady as well. I think the guy just seems like a generational guy. I don't know why. I can't even give you reasons why. I just think he's that guy. Just summer league, but I mean, you could see the influence of him there. Obviously, Vanderbilt didn't make extra passes, but that's because he sucks. I don't like Vanderbilt anyways. That's his mentality. So I'm not going to really. But
what the hell? What you got against Vanderbilt?
He just doesn't fit in. No, he can play. I mean, he averaged all those points. I think he wasn't D-League MVP last year or something like that. The guy can play, but there's a reason he's always in the D-League year after year.
Because the NBA is a boys' club, and if you don't have a foot in the door, you play D-League.
I think he's a good player, but I think he seems like that guy, and he's a Marquette guy, and those guys are really good. But he thinks he's the number one scorer on every team. And I think
that's good. I want my bench fire starter to think he's the best player on the floor.
Here's the thing, though, and this is why I've put it out there before, some people know. I had 1 year of semi-professional basketball that I played 10 years ago. And, going to various tryouts of different minor league teams and stuff like that. I went to the NBA D-League pre-draft camp in Arlington back in 2007. And the first thing they told us there is like, we're not looking for anybody to come in here and be Kobe and think they're the number one guy. That's why I kind of have that thing. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he can play. He's definitely
okay, Coach Nick. That's good to hear.
Yes, thank you, James. I do like the Kuzma pick. I think he's going to be a really good player for them off the bench. KCP, another one. I mean, we know what he can do defensively. Is he going to continue to get better from three? I think last year, what was he, 38, 39%, close to 40. So I think that's going to be big if he can get that up to 40, especially with the way he defends. And I like Lopez. I mean, we saw he's transitioning into this new big where he can make threes. Not a very good rebounder, but we'll see how that goes. It's only 1 year. Do you guys think that James, if he has a good season for them, do they bring him back?
If he comes cheap, yeah, they'll definitely bring him back. And so let's say they do get 2 stars. I don't think they're going to get the 2 stars. Let's say they get the 2 stars. And then they say, "Hey, Lopez, we would love you as our, to be our safety valve on offense, and you can clean up and you hit threes, space the floor, money." And he's made his money pretty well, so I can see him just taking a vet minimum or $4 or $5 million to stay around. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and if they get that superstar, you can win games now, compete for championships, right? You bring in a guy like LeBron. I don't think he's going to LA, but you never know.
I'm with you on that one. I don't see what the purpose would be, but hey, why not?
Exactly. I'm going to stay with you, James. We saw today, I think it was today, the Lakers got fined $500,000 for the whole tampering thing with the Pacers. What's this about?
It's all a dog and pony show. which it's almost even more of a slap in the face to the Pacers because they're saying, okay, well, there is evidence of what you're saying, very conclusive evidence. They did tamper, and then they give them a slap on the wrist and say, okay, everybody happy? And so now, the Pacers are probably a little, they're still bitter about it. They didn't solve anything, and the Lakers could still get their man if Paul George decides to come over there, and so it was a dog and pony show just for the public.
Absolutely, yeah. I want to get your thought on this too, Brady. This whole tampering thing, the $500,000 fine.
Yeah, I'm with James. It's just that's pennies for the Lakers. There's no real punishment. Especially with a big market team, you can't financially punish them. That's not a punishment. It's just to put out a headline that you took action. You want to punish them? Start taking draft picks. Start actually doing things that affect their wins. Or
don't let Paul George sign with the team, right?
Yeah.
That was put out there. I would hate that because
I agree.
To Paul George.
James, you'd love it.
I mean, I don't want Paul George with the Lakers, but I think the Players Association would throw a fit because it's not Paul George's fault if Magic Johnson reaches out to him. So if Paul George
is that what it was?
Is that what
it was? Was it Magic? Because that's what I read. But is that pretty much what it is? It was Magic.
That's the belief. I don't think they've been specific once they put out that fine. I don't think they were specific about what exactly transpired. Just that there was a legal contact.
Yeah. And we know Magic Johnson doesn't give a damn either.
Go ahead. Sorry, Brady. Go ahead.
No, not at all. I think I saw somewhere on Twitter today. Someone said $500,000 to the Lakers, to their value is the equivalent of $300 to the average retired person. So it's
I seriously thought it was $30.
Yeah,
30. That makes way more sense.
It might be $30.
That makes way more sense. Either way, it's it's nothing. It's just something for the league to say they did something to kind of look tough and powerful. But come on, it's the Lakers. They weren't going to punish them.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, they're not going to say we're going to take a draft pick and we're not going to let Paul George come to your team. They're not going to do that. It's the Lakers.
Not to the Lakers. Good. Maybe the Pelicans, but
all four of us will agree it is good for the NBA if the Lakers are competitive. It's good for the league. The Knicks, it's good for the league when they're competitive. You want those teams. The Bulls, you want those teams to be good. But I think this is a good chance to go into the depth a little bit. We'll go with the starters. James, how do you see this starting lineup looking? I mean, obviously there's about there's probably 6 guys who've got a case. What are they going to do with Clarkson?
Clarkson's off the bench. We already know that. I'm pretty sure the starters are going to be Lonzo, our boy KCP. I mean, who knows? Maybe they roll Clarkson as a starter with Lonzo, but I doubt it. It's probably going to be KCP.
Mm-hmm.
Who is there?
It's going to be.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Ingram. Yeah. Even though I think Ingram eventually is going to be better as a power forward.
You think so?
At the 3. Yeah, I think that's the way the league's going, man. He's probably going to be better eventually as a stretchy, do it all kind of 4 versus 3. But I get it. He's going to play. He's playing the 3. And at 4, I guess Larry Nance Jr. And
you got Larry Nance over Randall.
Of course, Randall's a starter. Even though I think they're probably going to try to move on from Randall sooner or later.
I actually agree
because he's going to want too much money, and I think it's coming up. He's up for extension next summer. Am I right?
Yes.
And think about this: a lot of Randall's game, he likes to handle the ball and play make. They don't need that out of him.
Yeah,
he doesn't really. I mean, if he were to because when you have a guy like Lonzo Ball, you're not going to run the Golden State system where I know they got Luke Walton, but where a lot of guys are DKD.
No, come on, Matt. What makes him so special is that he gives a hit-ahead pass and he gets the ball out of his hands quick. That's what makes him so special, Matt. That's what makes him generational, Matt. He doesn't hold the ball. He moves the ball fast.
I love it. But with a guy like him, you don't really need Randall to be a playmaker.
Whatever.
I mean, that's my take. I could be totally wrong on this. And everybody, I will eat crow if Lonzo Ball is just average. I'll eat crow.
No, I think he's going to be a fine NBA player. He's going to be a good starter. I just don't know if he'll be a superstar. So, and you say he's generational. So
I don't even. I just think he is, and I'm not afraid. I mean, I also thought Adam Morrison was going to be a 20-a-game guy for his career. It happens. I was right about JJ Redick, though. I will throw that out there. I was right about him. I was totally wrong on Adam Morrison, though. I'm not afraid to admit it. Yes. Nice, I got to go to you now. How do you see this Lakers starting lineup rounding out once the season gets underway?
I'm stoked for Julius Randle, actually. I feel like he put in a lot of effort this offseason. He didn't have a really good last year, but he's been improving and he cares and he's in a contract year. I'm excited to see him with Lonzo. I know that he likes to play off the ball, but Luke Walton coming off of like Steve Kerr and the Warriors share the ball system. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited to see like the whole point really is to like develop their young players. I mean, you're not going to get to the playoffs. You're not going to get more than 35 wins in the West this year. That might even be like a hot take. I'm giving them 35.
Dang, that's actually wow.
Yeah, what do you think about 35? What do you have to say?
That's too high. That's too high.
Too high? I don't think they improved 7 games. How many improvements do you give them from last year? They had 28 last year. They have 3 new starters.
All right, man.
Different team.
Yes. All right, man. Yes.
Long story short, I'm excited to see them play together.
Yes.
I'm stoked. I'm a Warriors fan, so I'm a fan of the point guard that can pull up from the logo and make it. But I loved watching Lonzo play during summer league. Just seeing the plays he can make. He has the jargon word of the day. He has vision for that, and I love it. I'm excited. What? Hearing people react that way. Go.
No, just that with the Lonzo bingo, vision and whatever.
I'm so sorry.
James isn't enamored with passing as Brady and I are. That's fair.
I don't give a damn about those passing guy because
I get it. That's fair. That's all fair.
What makes Steph Curry special? Is it his passing?
No, I think that's part of it. It's obvious. No, it is his shooting. His shooting is what makes him special.
What makes Russell Westbrook special? Is it his passing?
No, it's his athleticism.
Okay, and even though LeBron James is probably one of the best passers the league's ever seen, what makes him really special?
What makes LeBron special is he's the biggest freak of nature we've ever seen in the history of professional sports.
To me, the passing is definitely something that can be a complementary skill, but if that's like your primary skill, I don't give a shit about you.
I think Lonzo's good.
What does Lonzo have to do this upcoming season besides passing to get does he have to fix his ugly shot? What?
No, he's never gonna fix the shot. If he's making the shot, yeah. If he, I mean, obviously there's nothing he really do because he's the Lakers, so I don't give a damn about him anyway. But I mean, I will. No, I'll give him his props, and I still think other guys behind him will probably be better. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Smith Jr.
But if you surround him with a bunch of
I'm hearing it. Hold on.
I'm here to echo on you too, Matt.
Yeah, I'm getting. Hold on. Sorry for that, everybody.
It's all right, man. This is real raw radio, baby.
That's okay. Yeah, exactly. We do everything live, so we adjust on the fly.
Special effects.
Echoes coming from everyone. Can you hear me?
I hear you good.
Okay, that time you were clear. I'm still echoing.
Yep.
Okay. I think I got it fixed. It's gonna be tough. Neats, I think it's coming on your side because I've got your volume toned down right now. So I'm gonna have no. I got it. No, I know how to fix this because it's happened when I've had Kurtlow on. I just have to be paying attention here. So I think now, let me give my starters real quick. Then we're going to go to the bench. Don't worry, Neats. I've got you. Don't worry.
Hey, real quick. Real quick, man. I want to answer Neats' question. She's like, "What does he have to do to impress?"
Go ahead.
And my main thing was, oh, there it goes again.
No, I was just testing something.
Quit screwing around, Matt.
Sorry.
No, my main thing with him was, does he have the prerequisite athleticism to be like an NBA caliber starting attacking point guard? Can his shot translate? So those are my main 2 things. And I think we saw flashes. We know he can get up an alley-oop. He's 6'6". That's good. But he doesn't have a lot of shake to his game. So let's see how, once after the first month and defenders kind of get tape on him and, he faces Eric Bledsoe and guys like that. Let's see how he looks against the pressure, and then if the shot translates. Those are the 2 main things.
I actually think his shot could translate because I know he shot 42% in college, and everyone's like, well, but if you look where he shot the ball from, he was shooting it from deep. So I think it can translate. It's ugly as hell. I think we all agree with that. NBA 2K, I want to give a shout out to NBA 2K because they actually got it down. I saw the little video clip of it. I'm shocked they got it. Good job, NBA 2K. But yeah, I think it can translate. We'll see because the speed of the game is obviously different. He's just not gonna be sitting wide open like he was in college. These guys are gonna be on him, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm pretty much with everybody. It's gonna be Lonzo. It's gonna be KCP, Ingram, Randall, and Lopez. They're gonna be the starters. Brady, the bench. Who's getting minutes off this Los Angeles Laker bench?
Well, we're definitely going to see a lot of Clarkson coming in as that kind of stereotypical sixth-man scoring role. I think he'll probably lead the bench players in terms of both minutes and points.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think Luke Walton, we've talked a lot with these previews about teams throwing in a lot of veterans early in the season, even though they're bad, trying to win games, trying to appeal to the fan base. I don't think Luke Walton does that. The Lakers don't really have the players to do that anyway, other than, Luol Deng and Meta World Peace, which neither of them are going to play. So I think we're going to see a lot of these younger players get minutes. I think we're going to see a decent amount of minutes for Kuzma, maybe even for Caruso. I think we might even see Tyler Ennis getting some minutes at point guard, trying to see if he has a role in this league, which I highly doubt he does, but you never know. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of Larry Nance Jr., he's going to get a lot of front court minutes. I think they'll go small a lot with him and maybe Randall, and maybe even some of just him at the 5 and Ingram at the 4.
Okay.
And I think they'll play Zubac a little bit because he showed a lot.
You think only a little bit for Zubac? Man, I like Zubac.
He's got so many skills, but he's that Enes Kanter kind of guy where it's like you would have been so good 20 years ago, but he's so horrible defensively.
Hell, 8 years ago.
Yeah, 8 years ago, absolutely. But he's got a good offensive team. He's got great footwork. Exactly.
That throwback center.
He's got no athleticism. He's got no defense. So, I think he'll have some of those games where he has 20, 25 minutes when it's a favorable matchup, and he'll put up good numbers. And then I think he'll have some games where he's getting 4 or 5 minutes because you put him in there and you just get killed.
Absolutely. James, how do you see this bench shaping up? And what are your thoughts on Zubac?
Yeah, Zubac and Zizic were kind of a lot. I think about those two the same, and I would not sad to see Zizic go because.
Damn.
No, I mean, look, I get it, man. You kind of want a big, solid, shot blocking, kind of throwback center. There's a place for him. I mean, but they just traded Mozgov, and because he was useless for him, and it's kind of the same. They got younger versions of those guys still in the league. And it's weird how I think the NBA is like almost a muscle memory league because people still go after those guys and draft them like in the first round, thinking, "Oh yeah, a center," and then they get him on the court and they go, "Oh yeah, that's right. We don't do this anymore." Right?
That's accurate.
It's so weird. It's so weird that people like, I think that kid with Zach Collins of Portland is a little different. I think he has a nice little shot. He might be different, but yeah, it's like, yeah, classic Zizic and Zubac, those kind of big classic centers. I don't know what people are. What's
funny? What's funny is go back to the KD draft. If you go back in that time again, knowing you probably still take Odin number 1 because at that time you go with the big man, right? That was always the thing. You take the big man.
Always go big, yeah.
Yeah. That's not the case anymore. I mean, unless you're Porzingis, and even then, like no one knew how good he was going to be, or
right?
Towns, obviously.
Towns and Porzingis is different. It's a different profile, right?
Exactly.
They're the unicorns. Like the fact that even then, like some people say Odin was the real deal, and he should have been up there number 1 or 2. I don't think so, because basically, what is he? Was he like basically a hyperactive Whiteside? Like a faster Whiteside?
I was watching a lot of stuff on Odin.
He was quick. Like he was quick.
Really, it was year 2. The 1 year he actually was healthy. He actually showed a really decent post game, like a guy who was going to be able to score down low. I think
Again,
Odin
we don't do that,
I think
bro.
Odin would have been way better than Whiteside is now.
We don't do that. Why do you want to feed somebody in the post when you can come down and pop a 3 in 5
Well,
seconds?
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying then when I saw him, not now. Okay. That's why I mean I'm not a big I've never been a big fan of Whiteside. I'll tell you guys when we go off why I don't like him. It's
the funny thing though. The funny
Go
thing
ahead.
to James's point is teams don't even hide this. Like when Okafor got drafted, everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, he's horrible defensively. He can't stretch the floor, but still got to draft him with the top 3 pick because he's so talented."
It was such a weird thing.
Yeah, they're not even hiding these horrible things. Then he gets on the floor and they're like, "Oh, we can't play him because he's horrible at defense and he can't stretch the floor." They're like, "No shit, you said that before you drafted him."
And he's not a great rebounder.
No, he's exactly what everyone said he was going to be when they decided that he had to be a top 3 pick.
Mm-hmm. So weird.
Absolutely. But James, who do you think is going to be the core of this Lakers bench this year?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be Clarkson, and it's going to be Larry Nance, and it's going to be, like you said, I guess Tyler Anderson get minutes.
Kuzma.
Oh, yeah, Kuzma definitely. So, yeah, Kuzma's going to get a lot of burn. He's going to play some 3 and 4. Larry Nance is going to play some 4 and 5. Clarkson play 1 and 2. And they might even go super small and go 3-guard lineups at the time and have Clarkson play the 3. So, I mean, that's good. Coach Walton has so many options. You know what I mean? He has a lot of versatility, but it's really young, it's really raw, and we're going to see some bad basketball at times probably. But they're going to try hard, and
they're going to be entertaining. They're going to be entertaining.
That passing, dude! Oh my God, they're going to be sharing that ball.
Yes, the passing. They are going to be entertaining. I thought the Lakers had some entertaining games last year, and that was before you bring in the. And that's before the generational talent of Lonzo Ball.
But they did just give up a guy who averaged like 16, like 5 and 5, like for nothing. So that's cool. That's good.
And Swaggy P, don't forget him.
They did get Lopez
and Swaggy P, and Lou Will. So I get it. Lopez is going to make them better, and he helps because he's a vet, and so is KCP. But we can't deny it. Hey, Nick Young and Lou Will both actually were really, really good for that team last year.
They were. Nick Young was probably their best defender last year.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, he was actually really, really good. And like once again, Golden State, the rich getting richer.
Doesn't make any sense, man.
The basketball gods are on their side.
I have a really good Nick Young story for you one day, Matt.
All right, you'll have to tell me. All right, Neeks, hold on. I'm gonna turn your volume up now because I want your thoughts on this Laker bench.
Okay, awesome. Well, I totally agree with Brady in terms of like I'm excited to see the young players get some minutes. Again, the goal of the season is not necessarily to get to the playoffs because you're not getting there. Sorry, LeVar. It's really about like developing these players. I'm excited to see Kuzma just because of that summer league hype. Again, I get that it's hype, but I'm excited for him. I'm excited for I keep fucking up his name. English second language. Zubac, however you guys said it.
Ivica Zubac.
I'm excited. I think he's ready to like step up defensively.
You think so?
Let's see it. I think so. I've been reading all day about this kid. To be fair, there's not that much. But in terms of where he sees himself going, he sees himself developing in that way. And I'm here for it. I'm here for them not being the worst defensive team in the league. Besides them being entertaining and as much as James doesn't like it, sharing the ball.
James likes sharing the ball.
Really
share the ball, please.
Yes. I like it.
Oh, and Josh Hart. Have we talked about Josh Hart?
No, we haven't. I'm glad you mentioned him. I like him as a player. I think he's going to be really good, but I think he's a G League candidate. He's a G League guy to start the season, I think. He's going to be in the G League. Yeah. I think so. James, you think so? G League for Josh Hart to start the season?
Yeah, because there's just not really that many minutes to go around. If they want him to develop, they'll probably just give him minutes down there.
Because I don't see them putting him right now ahead of Ennis. I think Ennis is going to be ahead of him. So, yeah. What about you, Brady? Is Hart G League for you to start the season?
Yeah, definitely.
I think so.
I like him. I like him more than Ennis. But
I do too.
I think they're going to give Ennis that opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised if Ennis ends up being waived halfway through the year.
Wow.
And then they move to Hart. I'm just not big
that's
on Ennis
not
at all,
that's not really a hot take. That's not really a hot take.
No, it's not. I just
mean,
don't think that.
they barely brought the guy back anyways.
Yeah.
They kind of had no choice, though. I mean, usually you're going
But
to
they'll
have
still start the season with him, and I think, I think Hart's one of those players who falls into that range where he's not quite ready enough yet to throw him into the fire with the NBA games, but you want to be giving him that constant burn, that 20, 30 minutes a night where he is getting better. So I think he'll be that perfect G League candidate where he'll be accumulating minutes on a nightly basis as opposed to, 5 or 6 minutes in garbage time that he'll be getting at Staples.
Now, I want to ask this, and I'm going to go to you, Neats. I got to go to you first on this one. It's a LeVar Ball question.
Yes.
A lot of people think, well, he's going to want to have so much influence. He's going to interfere and stuff. I don't think that's going to be the case. Do you think LeVar is going to be a big distraction?
Absolutely not. I think besides the fact that, there's rumors that him and Magic talked through it, or Magic said that they talked through it, whatever. Like, you could say whatever you want. Let's see how it really plays out during the season. I think sorry to bring it again to Summer League, but that's really the first preview we got of how he's going to interact with all those cameras around when it's not Facebook Live. I feel like he really took a step back. He let Lonzo play his game, and the highlight of that entire tournament wasn't anything about LeVar, so I really did like it. I do not think he's going to interfere. I think he might be loud and obnoxious to a lot of people. I don't think he's dumb.
No, he's not an idiot. He is not an idiot. He's not an idiot.
No. For that, for sure, no. I mean, the $395 shoe.
I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you for bringing it up. Yes, the LaMelo Ball shoe. Hopefully, I don't think it's going to interfere with his NCAA eligibility, but we'll see how that ends up working out. That's a whole other.
Somebody posted a passage from the NCAA, rule book, whatever, where it says,
I don't think it interferes.
It says if any player after signing with a team, is paid for an endorsement, whatever, then they're ineligible. So he's doing it in high school, and technically, he should be okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think it'd be a big deal, anyways. And who's to say he's getting paid though? If they do the investigation, I'm sure he is. But if they've got the investigators and he doesn't get paid off of it, he just has his name on it, then it is what it is. It's not going to be a big deal. LeVar's not stupid. He wouldn't do that to jeopardize LaMelo's future. James, do you think LeVar is going to be a distraction?
No, I heard him say, and I heard Magic say they already had to sit down talking. LeVar made it, I got my son to this point. I'm stepping back, and he's in good hands, whatever. So, yes, in a way, the Facebook reality show and all that stuff is a distraction.
Ball in the family, right?
Whatever.
Or what would you call it, James? What would you call it?
I told you that he should have called it bouncing with the balls.
Yes.
But
yes.
No, so I mean, this is Los Angeles, man. Like, they're used to a sideshow anyway, so no more of a distraction than anything that Jack Nicholson's on the sidelines.
Exactly.
My boy Lamar Odom was dating a Kardashian, married to or dating a Kardashian while he was there. It doesn't matter. They're all
exactly. Fine. I'm with you. Brady, are you there too?
Yeah. LeVar Ball, he's primarily, as annoying as he is to people and as many issues as I have with him, his biggest goal is to be a marketer. Lonzo made it. He's, for the time being, the face of the franchise. And he's got two younger brothers. I think LeVar is still going to be on First Take. He's still going to be all over the internet, but I think it's going to be more right now pimping LaMelo and whatever that other one's name is.
LiAngelo, who's trash. He's trash.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be his primary concern, is marketing those guys, trying to get them money, trying to get them to the league. Lonzo's in good hands now. There's really nothing LeVar can do to improve Lonzo's stake anymore.
I'm with all of you. It's not going to be a distraction. He wasn't a distraction with Lonzo at UCLA. I mean, Alford's kid came out and said he was fine. It's not a big deal. It's not going to be a distraction. I agree. He's going to be fine. Now, here's the thing, though, and I had to bring this up because someone in the chat put it, but I was going to mention it anyways. Lonzo Ball has to stop this nonsense of nobody gives a damn about Nas, Migos, and Future and all that's where it's no, stop. I didn't
even have a problem with that, to be honest.
Well, you're younger than I am, though. Nas is one of my guys, so I had a problem with. You can't do that.
Matt. Nas is it's top 3 for me. And I don't listen to much modern rap. It's just you know, I don't really have a problem with an 18-year-old coming in preferring modern music to someone whose prime was when he was in diapers.
Migos and Future are dope to him, but not Nas. I guess I get it.
I don't listen to those
at least,
guys.
hey, man, at least respect the legends and say, hey, I respect Nas and that, but I listen to Migos.
Exactly.
That's true.
Respect the legends.
Exactly. Neats, I want you're in New York now. Come on, what are your thoughts? And what are your thoughts on
you guys? To understand, when all these people were like in their prime in this music, I didn't know English, so I don't give two shits.
That's fair.
All right, hang up on her.
Sorry, y'all. I'll read about it on Twitter.
Hang up on her.
She doesn't give a shit about Nas. She is not coming back on the show.
Hey, that's fair. That is fair.
I'm about to blow her mentions up right now on Twitter.
Fuck.
Hey, you know what though? You're gonna get a lot of followers. So.
Right, Nas. Yeah, there you go. Put an article about me not even knowing a song. I'll get all.
No, the fact you say you don't give a damn about. So all right.
I don't give two shits about what like Lonzo thinks about.
Okay, I'll take that. All right.
Yeah. That's fair. I'm gonna say this. I'm with James. At least show a little respect. But in fairness, one of my guys that I follow on Twitter, he's come on our podcast. It was last summer. My guy Q Got Rings. That's his Twitter handle. His whole Q Got No Rings. But his whole thing was. And he's like 20 years old, but his thing is we're told that this is what's hot. It's not our fault. Internet, radio, they're telling us this is what's hot today. So that's my take. But at least show respect, because that's one thing Q does is show the respect. He knows the legends. He understands it. But that's enough of that. Now we're going to get to this part. I'm going to you, Neats, because I know you've kind of said it already. How do you see the Lakers doing this year? Was it 35 wins you said?
All right, well, now I want to – yeah, you know what? I'm going to go –
No, don't backtrack. You got to stick with it.
I'm sticking to it. I'm going to go 35 wins for the Lakers in the Wild Wild West. I'm going to go 82-0 for the Warriors. I got to plug that in there.
82-0
That's more realistic to me, honestly. 82 wins than the 35.
Okay. Well, maybe. James, what about you? What about you on this Lakers team this year?
I mean,
are they dead last?
See, so Neats, you're right. They won what 30? You said they won 28 last year.
Yeah.
And they did get a little bit better, but so did the West. The West got better all around them. That's my thing. So I think they might still be in that same 28-30 range.
Everybody, almost every team got better, except they all do. Except Memphis is probably the only team that I'd say didn't get better.
The Jazz.
And the Jazz, the Memphis and the Jazz, and the Clippers.
Yeah, I don't think Well, I don't think the Clippers fell as much as people think they're going to fall.
No, they'll still be in that. They'll be in that 6 to 8 range.
No, I think this is a prime example of the Ewing theory, where they lost a superstar, all-star, whatever, and they replaced him with parts that fit, and now we're going to see Blake Griffin in a larger role. I wouldn't be surprised if they won almost the same amount as they won last year.
And obviously, it's going to be dependent on Blake Griffin's health.
And those players fit a lot better with Doc Rivers and what he does than Chris Paul ever did.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
With the West getting that much stronger, do you really see them winning as many games?
Well, don't forget. Well, honestly, people aren't going to mention this, but hey, last year Blake and Chris Paul missed a lot of games. Like Chris missed 20 games. Yeah. Blake missed 20 or 30 games. So if he can play 70, 75 games and they stay relatively healthy, they'll have more firepower and they'll probably win as many games. So yeah, I think so.
That's fair. Hey, that's actually kind of a hot take and we haven't even gotten to that point.
I'll take it.
Hey, that's probably a lot of people probably don't think they could do that, but that's fair. You raise actually a lot of good points. Brady, Lakers, how are they going to do this year?
I'm with James here. I think they'll be in the 25 to 30 range, 13 or 14 seed. They're going to be better than last year, but I don't think they were as good as their record indicated last year. They got off to that 10-10 start the season.
Right. Yeah.
And everyone thought they're doing really well, but they were
they were playing out of their mind. They were playing out of their mind.
And even with them playing at their best, then it was like win by 5, lose by 20.
And let's be honest, if
five,
they don't beat Golden State in that stretch, nobody would have said anything.
Exactly. So, they really, I don't think they were. I think they were closer to like a 22 win team last year. So they're going to take a little step forward here this year for sure. But like you said, the West got even stronger. There aren't any easy wins out there, especially for a team like the Lakers. Maybe the Suns, but there's really not any other than the Suns. There's not a team where I would put the Lakers against and say, "Oh yeah, you should beat this team," in the West at least. So I think they'll be somewhere in that 25 to 30 range.
I'm with all of y'all that I think everybody pretty much for the most part, obviously Utah, Memphis, they didn't improve, but I'm not as far as 35 wins, but I actually think 32, 33 wins is very realistic for this team. I'm going to go back to Lonzo Ball again, the generational talent, James. He's going to have an effect on this team, and I think 32, 33 wins. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to come back on the podcast, and I'm just going to call myself a complete idiot at the end.
Last night someone said they would eat their tweet.
Oh, that was Austin. That's my guy, Austin Hutchinson.
Okay, so you gotta either one up.
No, I'm not going that far. I haven't tweeted it out yet. I'm not going to print out a piece of paper and swallow it. I'm going to leave that to Austin. He's got that. That's him. Go ahead, James.
I'll definitely come back on the show if it turns out to be right, and I'll make sure I sing his praises on your show.
Do not eat a piece of paper though. Do not be Austin. We all like Austin, but don't.
Hey, hold on, man. We all ate paper in like elementary school, and middle school.
Yeah, but we're not in elementary and middle school anymore. I mean, James, you and I mean,
hey, it's just paper.
That's true, but
it's just trees, man.
That's I'm not eating a tree.
Do you eat kale? You eat kale?
I'm not doing it.
Do you eat kale?
What the heck is kale?
What?
Oh,
I've never heard that word in my life.
Get the hell out of here!
I'm dead serious.
You straight up lying now.
No, I'm being dead serious.
What are you a caveman? Are you a Cro-Magnon? What's happening here?
I'm not. Hey, if you want to call me Cro-Magnon man, that's fine. But no, I've never heard that word before in my life.
What the?
Hey, you guys are all from.
What is Cali?
Kale? Yeah, I'm not from there. What is kale?
Jesus.
Educate.
It's a green.
Kale it's like lettuce on steroids. It's like half lettuce, half cabbage, and all snooty fiber. So
no,
if you're talking about a hipster, if you're talking about a hipster who's eating healthy, it's like almost uncooked or unripe spinach. Yeah.
Okay. I've never had that before.
Good.
Never had that before. Never had it. Never heard of it. Is that really a Cali thing?
No, it's like
it's like a health.
It's a world thing.
It's like a what?
A world.
There you go.
I'm not like one of those like, vegan vet. I'm not. That's not like. So that probably explains why I don't know what the hell it is.
We'll get you a bag of kale for the next show.
Yeah.
I probably still will.
I'm just gonna sit here eating kale chips for the next one.
Kale. Now they got kale chips. Okay, I've learned something new, and I hope everybody else has too. If they didn't know what kale was,
kale, hold on. Kale chips are just that's devil food. Don't worry about that. That's not.
They're dope as hell.
Kale chips that's devil food. Don't worry about that.
I've got 3 people on here that are all from Cali, so that's why I asked if it was a Cali thing. I'm from the South. Hey, I guess we don't know about kale in the South. It is what it is. But
it's not too
I think
far
we're
removed from collard greens.
All right,
probably.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's way removed. I'm not doing that.
There's no relation. Thank you, James.
No relation, bro.
I meant scientifically, not like flavor-wise.
Yeah, you know what?
Hey,
you know what?
Stop bringing that them shit to my food, bro.
That's exactly what I was about to say. He's being one of them.
Yeah, don't be a food them. Cut that shit out.
Neats doesn't know what them is.
Nah, what is it?
What is that? She doesn't know what them is.
Am I going to get roasted for the second podcast in a row by James?
Yep. James, we'll do it.
We'll do it. Let it rip, James.
I would never, ever, ever tell you to eat shit on a podcast, so you're safe.
I appreciate that, buddy.
Let Neats know, and for those who are tuning in,
my blood pressure's too. I can't get. You're not gonna get my blood pressure up, bro. I'm not doing it.
We're not gonna find. James is not gonna let us know about them.
Yeah, we'll help with that.
I'll tell you, Neats. Them are the people who will argue with you that like Kobe is better than Michael Jordan because of his true shooting percentage. Or
hell no.
They try to tell you something like the
DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan is not a good basketball player, even though he averaged like 27, 4, and 5 because the mid-range shot is so inefficient. Or they'll tell you that a guy like Devin Booker is not a good basketball player because look how inefficient he is, and he's in the 30th percentile in ISOs. Them are those people that
Twitter, right?
They don't give a damn about what they see. They look at all the numbers, and numbers define everything about basketball. And you can poke their eyes out and they'll be blind, but if you could read them the numbers and the true shooting percentage and the VORP of the players, they wouldn't even know that they were blind. They'd be happy because they'd be like, oh, I still got VORP and I still got win shares per 48. So I don't need basketball. I don't need my eyes to see. So that's who them is.
There you go. See, Neat, you learned something new today. Yes. And you will see James talk about them on Twitter.
Hey, you know what? Search Twitter, search the word them, and then go to the like the little symbol thing and use the little symbol TM for trademark.
I saw that shit today, and I had no idea what y'all were talking about.
Search that, and read the tweets that I tag with that, and you'll see exactly who them is.
I will. I will.
Yes. Now we are at that segment of hot takes and bold predictions. It could be about a player or the team or both. Brady, what do you got for us?
I got two.
Yes, I like it.
One isn't very. My first one's not very hot at all. I think Julius Randle will for sure be traded.
That's not hot. I'm with you.
I just don't see any way that he remains on this team. He has so much value to other teams because he'll be a restricted free agent and he has some talent. So they'll be able to get a good asset in return from him because I think he does have value among the league, but he doesn't fit into what they're doing. And I just don't see any reason for them to just let him go because it seems pretty sure they're not going to re-sign him. They're not going to match what some stupid team is going to give him on the open market. So let him go, get something for him, move on.
Mm-hmm. What's your second one now?
My hotter take is I do not think Lonzo Ball will make the all-rookie team.
Oh, wow. Come on, man.
I don't think he'll have a very good year. I think he's going to struggle to score. I think the highlight passes in Summer League and the amount of fun he was in Summer League hid the fact that he was an incredibly inefficient scorer, that he had a really difficult time against largely D-League athletes, getting separation to open up for a shot, getting penetration to get to the rim. He just didn't look like a guy who had the ability to score against a higher level of talent. And I think he was a guy who has the skill set to beat college defenders who are not as talented and who don't play with very good defensive schemes. It's just straight up man or zone defense.
What you're saying is you don't think he has the skill set to just beat NBA defenders.
Exactly, and he definitely doesn't have the athleticism.
Oh, boy.
So
Brady, you know what? Don't do this, man. You're making me come around on you. I want to be able to I want to be able to say
yes. Man, hey,
hold on. Hey, tell me again that Steve Kerr doesn't know shit. Tell me that one again.
That was what I said. That was not what I meant.
That's basically what you said.
What happened?
Nitz. Oh, listen to this one, Nitz. Listen to this one.
Kerr doesn't know shit.
Are you ready? Listen, no, Nitz, listen to this one. So I saw the tweet where it was Steph Curry is still the best. Steph Curry is still the best Warrior, and that's fine. I didn't argue with him. I made a rule. I don't discuss basketball with Brady online anymore because I think he can be kind of a dickhead sometimes. So what I did, I just posted a link where it says, "Hey, Steve Kerr says that Kevin Durant is the best Warrior, second best player in the league." And Brady's response to me was like, "Oh, Steve, I love the hell out of Steve Kerr, but X's and O's wise, he's a game manager. I don't listen to him about this kind of stuff. He's just a game manager."
That's not what I said, James.
Was it taken out? Is he taking out?
What did you say?
What I said was that his primary goal is to. I said his primary.
Do I need to go find the tweet? I'll find the tweet right now, and I guarantee you. No, you didn't. You said I love Steve Kerr, but I don't trust him on the X's and O's. He's a game manager. Fine
All
right
right.
now, and I'll call you a liar for telling me right now that some.
That's fair. I will cop to it if that's what I actually said, and definitely must have been drinking if that's what I actually said.
Okay.
Here was my.
Go ahead. You guys speak amongst yourself while I look this shit up.
You have the floor now. You've got the floor, Brady.
I'll tell you what, though, this is like a heated topic right now.
Well, it's for the fact that a blogger is telling me that Steve Kerr doesn't know what he's talking about when he's ranking his players.
Listen, if you're drunk, I'll give it to you.
So bad.
Like, you get a pass.
Yep.
It's the Steph versus Durant thing. I'm hopped on right now. That's been real past couple days.
I made an addendum to that take that I think that Durant is the more talented player who is better for the average coach, like a Mark Jackson or a Jason Kidd. I think if you have a good coach who knows how to utilize an offensive system, Steph Curry is a much better and more valuable player. If you have a coach like Steve Kerr or like Greg Popovich or like Brad Stevens, I think if you're just talking one-on-one talent, you have a one-on-one competition, give me Kevin Durant, but I think Steph Curry is more valuable, more talented because of the gravity that
there's that word
from the defense. Yeah, well, it's a fitting one in this case.
I was waiting for gravity because James, what are your thoughts on the gravity?
Pass.
James is still off looking.
Okay, hey, are you guys listening? Hey, I love Steve Kerr eternally, but what he says is never gospel for me. He's a manager motivator. So those are your exact words. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't mention X's and O's there.
Okay, bro, you got it.
Hey, you know what it is? Brady admits he was possibly drunk when he said it. And James and I had this talk.
I'm always possibly.
We had this talk offline, and he asked me just pound for pound. It's just pure basketball. Yeah, Steph, and everybody knows Steph Curry's my favorite player in the league. He might be my favorite player of all time. And I'm not an idiot. Oh, he's top 10. He's just, but no, Kevin Durant is a better basketball player. If we're just looking at everything, and that's coming, and I do the coaching thing now. I'm going to put my Coach Nick goggles on now. Yeah, Kevin Durant's a better basketball player. I like Steph Curry more, but Kevin Durant's a better player. I think James agrees with me on that. I think James agrees with me on that, right?
Matt, here's my question though.
Yes.
Because I agree if we're defining talent as like, playground talent, who you would.
I wouldn't even say play.
All I'm saying is one guy is protecting the rim and rebounding, and he's giving you some assists, and he can score on anybody because he's 7 foot tall. The other guy has gravity. I'm going to go with the other.
And KD is still one of the top 10 shooters of all time.
Whatever. No, we don't want to talk about it because you're going to piss me off. No, we're good. We're good.
Matt,
we're good.
Ask you a question.
Just let's go. Next hot take. Who's up for next hot take?
Hold on, James. I want Brady to ask me the question.
All right. Matt, who do you think – it's a two-part question. Who do you think is the point guard equivalent of Harrison Barnes?
The point guard equivalent of Harrison Barnes?
Yeah, like a player who's the same talent level as Harrison Barnes but plays point guard. Like Jeff Teague?
I see where you're going with this.
Jeff Teague was the starter and an all-star when he played in Atlanta, so I don't know if you can call it Jeff Teague.
Yeah, all right, good point.
I would say probably like George Hill maybe.
Who?
Oh, damn, that's
George Hill.
way high.
No, George Hill's good as hell. No, come on, bro.
I think Harrison Barnes. I actually like Harrison Barnes. I think he's good. I think he's a good player.
So he means the point guard who's basically just filler on the floor, and everyone else does everything.
I don't think Harrison Barnes is necessarily filler.
Well, no, that's what he was with Golden State.
Yeah, I'm talking about. See, I'm thinking of his what I saw.
Even last year,
he was good.
Even last year, he scored 19. He's all right, but he scored 19 points a game on a terrible team. So again, we haven't seen him do anything really worthwhile by himself yet. And he was a good player for.
You know why I like him though, and Brady. James knows this obviously. Needs Brady. All being Warriors. You two being Warriors fans. Harrison Barnes was very good as a rookie in the playoffs that year.
Okay,
he was.
And
that's why I like him
for the fact that
he showed me a lot
another
as a
basket
rookie.
in playoff history.
What are we now? What are we in now? What year is he in now? We're talking year 6, year 5?
12, 13.
5.
Like going into year 6.
Going to year 6.
5.
He's going into year.
All right. So I mean, how long are you going to hold on to that? He was good in the playoffs as a rookie.
No, I still think. Well, I mean, I think we have to take it into context because he was playing with the Golden State Warriors and his role was different. I mean, we saw it this year. The guy can score 20 a game. I'm not saying he's an all-star. He's a really good NBA player, though. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
And that's why I said
getting off
George Hill, because George Hill's a really good NBA player, but he's not an all-star.
Who do you think would be a point guard equivalent of who Harrison Barnes was the last few years of the Warriors? Maybe like Dennis Schroeder, something like that.
No.
Reggie Jackson.
No, I'm trying to think. You got to give me.
Those are good ones. I think those are both good ones.
I'd say even maybe like a Patrick Beverly.
Beverly also is really, really good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but
I think
I'm gonna go with Reggie Jackson.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's my question: do you think Reggie Jackson instead of Steph Curry and Kevin Durant instead of Harrison Barnes? Do you think that team is as successful over that 2-year run that the Warriors had, where they won a championship, won 73 games, and were injury away from a second?
No. Hold on. So you're saying if we swap Reggie Jackson with Steph Curry and then Harrison Barnes with Kevin Durant from 2014, 2015, whatever, will they? So you saying that Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond, as we've already know him, and Reggie Jackson?
Yes.
Okay, so now my problem with that is, so you're talking about a team that's been tailor-made specifically for Steph Curry, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
So of course,
that's
if you
fair.
Come on, dude. We can't do that. We can't do that.
You really can't.
Can't do that.
Yeah, that's
but you see what I'm getting at, right?
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
Yes, a team that's tailor-made for Steph Curry is not going to be as good without Steph Curry. But
Okay,
you can't tell me that if you give them a year without Steph Curry and Reggie Jackson and give them some time to make moves around Kevin Durant, all of a sudden they're still not a 65, 70 win team.
All right, that's fair.
Can't tell me
this is good stuff. Neats, I'm interested.
I want to know who would
stuff.
rather Taylor make a team for then?
Probably Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, easily.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because of his
he's
overall.
7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 7 foot tall, and you can do so many different things with him. So yeah,
he's very LeBron James-esque in that we've never seen a guy like him either. A guy 7 feet tall, can handles the ball like a guard, shoots the ball. He's one of the greatest shooters of all time, probably top 10. He's that good of a shooter.
Oh, easily.
Can defend.
How about you, Nick?
I agree with Steph.
She is a Warriors fan.
I'm a fan of the culture that was built there that didn't exist for so long before Steph.
Okay, so let's say they had a young Kevin Durant and just had the same culture built around him with Mark Jackson. So I get it. Steph's great. Steph's a big part of their culture, but
you know what it is.
We watched what they built. We watched what they built in OKC around Kevin Durant, and they got to the finals after a couple of years and without a couple of bad injuries. Then we're talking about them maybe not in the same way that they didn't have the 4 All-Stars, but
they would have been close.
Kevin Durant was somebody you can do it.
What could have been?
Yeah, you know what though? I get why if you're a diehard Warriors fan like Brady, and I get it because Steph was there from day one.
For real.
And he's my favorite player. I understand it. Like that's why I think sometimes you got to give them a pass because they were there from day one. And so it's going to be hard to say, well, this new guy. I get it, but just coming from
to be fair though, like to be defensive, it's not the most popular opinion, but there are a fair number of non-Warriors fans and analysts and whatnot who do think that Curry is still better than Durant. Definitely, it's not the majority opinion, but
it's called them.
Of course,
yes.
You got to sit there with your advocates.
There are plenty of non-analytical people.
You got your TI 4000 calculator, and you sit there with your glasses and your pocket protector, and you sit there and you. And we're just talking about this stuff, of course. Yeah.
No, that's
you
true,
guys go.
But there
you
are
sit
plenty
in the math club, and you sit there with your graphs, and you show each other. Oh, look at this spacing. No, look at this spacing. Oh. Yeah. So
2x plus y equals 3.
Oh yeah, pi r squared. Look here. Oh, that shot.
Yes. Hey, and just so everybody knows, I'm a math person, but I don't consider myself one.
Hey, I'm giving Brady a hard time, man. I'm going.
I know. Hey, Brady knows it.
I love it. Yeah.
Hey, and he's not backing.
No, you don't.
I do.
And he's not backing down either, which I like.
No, you don't, Brady. Wasn't you? Was it you? You didn't say something the other day about how I think grouping people together because they think differently is kind of rude. That wasn't you.
No. I don't think so.
Because I called you them.
No, I've never gotten upset about you calling me them. I enjoy that.
Oh, okay.
That's
that
because
was definitely not me.
Brady, are you one of them?
Yeah, he is.
I'm the CEO.
Yes, he embraces it. He embraces being one of them.
Just to be clear to people out there listening, what James said about them thinking Kobe Bryant is better than Michael Jordan, that is horrible.
Brady's not one of them in that sense.
No.
Well, my point is, them can use numbers to say anything, and even if we know it's not true, them will say, "But the numbers." So,
but remember, you know what? Here's the thing, though. Wouldn't them say the numbers said that the Spurs were better defensively without Kawhi Leonard?
No.
Isn't that what the numbers say?
Proven.
Even them,
only one number.
Even them understand that that's BS, and they were trying to figure out reasons why that looked like that. So
here's the thing, though, Matt. Like I just have to jump into the middle. Sorry, we're getting so off topic here, but
that's okay. That's what we do.
I have to say, even though I get into it here with James, I agree with a lot of what he's saying. I think there are a lot of people who strictly look at the numbers and blindly believe the numbers regardless of what their eyes see. And I don't think that's what it should be. I don't think that's a good way to look at basketball. I definitely get lumped with them for understandable reasons because I throw in a lot of numbers and I have a lot of really weird takes.
But you don't really throw in the numbers on the podcast though, which is a good thing.
No, I don't. But I don't ever make decisions that I haven't made with my eyes. First, I use the numbers to help round out my opinion or to confirm an opinion.
Let me ask you this then. With that said, DeMar DeRozan, is he a really, really good NBA player, all-star? Is he a very good NBA player?
He's good. He's not very good.
Ooh!
He was an all-NBA player last year.
He is very good.
In the eyes of voters.
Why is he not? What is it about DeMar? And I'm not saying this to just bring all this hatred towards Brady.
He's like in the 30 to 40 range.
Ooh. Yeah, I've got him probably 23 or 24. I still think he's a very good NBA player, though.
I think he's very talented, but I think there's something very difficult about a player who...
I got him in the top 25.
Who doesn't play defense at the wing, for starters, who handles the ball a heavy amount of the time, but is not a playmaker.
I mean, that's like a coaching thing, not his fault, right?
Here's the thing, though. Kobe Bryant would not be very much liked in today's NBA then.
But Kobe was a much better scorer than DeRozan was. The thing is, DeRozan's a good enough scorer to get his 30 points.
DeRozan has gosh, this is blasphemy for saying this because I'm not a DeRozan fan at all. I think he's really, really good. He has a very Kobe-like game in today's NBA.
He does, but one of the main differences is Kobe was so good at scoring that it completely impacted the way the defense guarded his team. DeRozan doesn't have it. DeRozan's good enough that he can get his shot whenever he wants it.
You can't say that because the fact that he's getting you 27 a night from the mid range, double teams or not, and they single coverage him a lot because they let him go. But I mean, they've won 50 something games the last 2 or 3 seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's a big part of that. So you can't just say
certainly.
The problem is when they start running doubles at him late or whatever, their coach doesn't know how to take advantage of that. And they run such a vanilla offense.
Definitely coaching is to blame too.
Yeah, they run such a vanilla offense that once they hit the playoffs and teams can lock in after games 1 and 2, and now they just sit in their lap, know what they're doing.
And it doesn't help that Kyle Lowry's butt cheeks come playoff time.
Well, both of them are, and you can't. So that goes hand in hand.
They are. I think DeRozan's slightly better come playoff time, though. He's better, not by much.
But Lowry's a lot better during the regular season.
Oh, if we measured everything on the regular season, hell, Kyle Lowry's a top 12 NBA player based on the regular season. Hey, that's why I don't have. Hey, he's not one of my 20 top players in the league. I'm not a big Lowry fan. Kyle Lowry.
What is going on here?
Ooh. Yeah, because his playoff performance. I mean, I'm one on big. He's butt cheeks come playoff time. I can't put him top 20.
This is crazy.
He's top 25.
I'm with you again, James.
Damn, actually, James thinks I'm crazy for once. Yes,
Lowry's again. Where Lowry and DeRozan are put in such bad positions in the playoffs because their coach does not know how to differentiate between, hey, we're winning regular season games because it's a regular season and the playoffs, and there's no counters in the playoffs. And I'm not going to hold that against.
That's
I'm not going to hold that against. I'm not holding that against.
Let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this before I go to you for your little hot take on the Lakers here. But no, I'm serious. I know we got way off topic, but this is good. If you get a new coach in there and it's the same shit from Kyle Lowry of at butt cheeks in the playoffs, then is it like, well, maybe is that on Kyle Lowry?
Well, no, I think just like we saw with OKC, they brought a new coach in. You got these guys have been doing this now for 6-7 years. You can't expect them to all of a sudden say, oh, we're going to be Golden State. That's just not how it works. They're going to fall back into what they know how to do. And like you can see it with OKC, even when they got a new coach in, Donovan tried. He tried to open up the offense.
Yeah, he did.
But guess what? Every guy who catches the ball, they take that extra half-second pause to think about what they're doing, and it ruins the offense.
They all reverted back to what they know.
They had to because guess what? He had to win games. So he couldn't just say, let's do a new offense and lose games. He couldn't do that. That's not what Donovan didn't have that luxury. And he was a new coach going into Toronto. You can't say, I'm going to revamp the offense and we're going to win 40 games. He can't do that. So what he's going to do
James,
what's up?
I got a question for you as a Celtics fan.
Yeah.
How good of a player do you think DeMar DeRozan would be on the Celtics if you give him like a year or two to try to make some of those adjustments into Brad Stevens' system?
I mean, yeah, he doesn't fit what they do because again, he can't shoot the three. And that's a big thing with him and Kobe. Kobe wasn't a good 3-point shooter, but he was capable.
I think Kobe was a great 3-point shooter.
He wasn't. You can think
he took dumbass shots.
That's part of being a shooter. That's part of being a shooter is knowing what shots to take. If you don't know what shots to take, you're not a good shooter.
That's true.
Yep.
I get it. I mean, you're right. Let's say if you put him in the gym by himself, he probably hit a reasonable amount of threes.
I don't even. I mean, a lot. I mean, I've heard stories of Rondo hitting 60 out of 100 threes.
Kobe was a scorer, not a shooter, so that's fine.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, definitely.
So my thing with DeRozan, I think sure. I mean, look again, he could give you 27 a game, and like he wouldn't need that in Boston. So I think he'd be a good player. I don't know how good. I mean, how much does he learn how to play defense? Does he buy into the defensive system? But yeah, I think. But I'll say this: you give Brad Stevens a young DeRozan and let him mold him, and we see a different DeRozan than we see now.
That's completely fair, and that's part of I think this gets misinterpreted sometimes when people talk about how good they think a player is. I don't think DeMar DeRozan is fundamentally flawed because of something that's wrong with him. Part of my evaluation of him is based on the player that he has become through circumstance, through coaches, through systems. And that's not all his fault, but I do think it's still a part of the evaluation process.
Yeah, I see 27, 5-4. I see an All-NBA team. I see the $150-something million contract, and you can't tell me. And I know that these things don't mean that he's a. I just don't see a bad basketball player. I see
no. I don't think he's bad. I definitely.
Real quick, James, where do you rank him as far as is he top 20 to you? Because I've got him around like 22 to 23, 24.
He's top 30, I guess. I don't know. Top 30, top 35. I just know as far as if we're ranking.
I may be higher on him than you are.
Wait, James, now I'm curious.
The defense thing is true. It's true. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't play defense at all. I get it. That's part of it. So if we're saying two guards, though, I mean, it's James Harden. It's
Klay Thompson.
James Harden, Klay Thompson. Oh, I'll say James Harden, Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson. And then they got guys like Bradley Beal and C.J. McCollum, and then DeRozan's right there. He's right there. I get it. Those guys are more efficient than him, but as far as just being a volume scorer who can, every night give you 20, 28, that to me that's a skill that elevates him.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. I'm staying with you, James. Now I'm ready for your hot take on the Los Angeles Lakers.
Hot take. They win. They finish with like the 5th worst record, and that pick conveys to Boston. And
you see, hey, does everybody see what he did there?
And Julius Randle does get traded this year.
Oh, so you're with Brady. You see what all you people listening, do you see what James did there? It conveys to Boston.
I'm waving this out, baby.
James is a Boston Celtics fan, so I like what you did, though. I like it. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm waving the towel.
Like I said, team, I already said it earlier. I think they win about 33 games, but I'm not going to go Lonzo Ball on my hot take, which many people probably thought I would. I'm actually going Brandon Ingram. I think you're going to see Brandon Ingram average about 20 points a game this year, 5 rebounds, 3-4 assists a game. Yeah. Hey, you know what I did last year, though? If you go back and you go and you look at our Suns preview, I said Booker would be 25-5 a year ago. He was close. I had Booker 25-5 a year ago, going into his second year. I think Ingram is I'm going to say 25-5 for Brandon Ingram. I really like Brandon Ingram's game. He showed a lot with the medium range pull-ups and stuff. I think his three-point shot will come around. He really shoots a good ball. I think he'll be fine. And what is he, James? 6'10", long.
6'10", 6'11", yeah. He's up
really
there.
Can really handle the ball.
Yeah, if you watch his highlights on YouTube, you would think he's going to be an all-star this year, but he does disappear, and he has games where he can't hit anything. So let's see if he cleans that up this year.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what really sold me on him? I didn't watch the footage because I watched going into the draft. I'll say I'm dumb. I don't watch highlights in college. I watch their draft. I watch their workout videos. I was a big fan of Deion Waiters going into the draft that year, just because of his workout video. And I know workout videos can be deceiving because, James, you remember this. Brady probably won't. Nikola Skidishvili had one of the greatest workouts we've probably ever seen.
Yep.
He really did. He looked way better than Dirk Nowitzki in workouts.
I mean, that got him picked. He was picked what?
He was picked 5th.
7?
He went 5th.
He went 5th.
Yeah. He went 5.
All out of workout, and he never turned into crap.
He got picked ahead of Nene that year.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously take it for what it is, but I really like what I've seen from Ingram and his draft workout videos. I think they were fantastic. He showed a lot of, his ability to shoot the ball, put it on the floor. I mean, it is a workout video, and I know it was a year ago, so I like workout videos. Now, obviously, me being the generational Lonzo Ball guy, his workouts suck, but he's not a workout player. That's not his game. So maybe I'm being a hypocrite.
Lonzo's number
one workout player.
No, he's not. He's not a workout guy. The skill set that he has, I mean, obviously we all agree passing is his biggest strength, right?
Okay,
I know
Lonzo.
you're not a big fan of it, but it is.
Hey, Lonzo, there are 20 bullseyes hitting around this gym. You have 5 minutes to hit them all.
And he's going to hit all of them. Yes, sir. He's hitting all of them with time to spare. Yes, I love it. But I think that's going to wrap us. Yes, I know. That's right. Them drills. That's right. I'm one of them with Lonzo. I'm one of the few. But I think that's going to wrap us up now. And we'll be back next week again. Let's see. We did the Lakers tonight. I haven't even decided what we're going to do next week. I know we're going to do the Pistons on Friday. We got Duncan Smith coming through to join us. Him being the big Detroit guy. He's going to join us on Friday. I'll get those links out. I'll figure out what teams I want to do next week. Maybe I'll do the Boston Celtics, James.
I mean, that should just be me and you. Nobody else on the show.
Just me and you?
Yeah, I'll just wax poetic about Shemi Ojale and Yabusele for a good hour.
Yeah, don't bring me on. James will kill me.
That's why I have to now bring you on.
Oh God!
You know Brady's got to come on for the Boston Celtics, James. Because
all right, well, hey, I'll find you another Celtics guy. We'll get you Bobby Manning or somebody.
Hey, James, can you do Monday?
For what? The Celtics?
For the Celtics.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Hey, that's what we'll do. We're gonna do the Boston Celtics on Monday around the same time. I can't give you an exact time because we're always fucking late, so it is what it is. But that's what we'll do. We'll do the Celtics on Monday. We got the Pistons Friday. So that means we'll do another West team on Wednesday. I think I'll do the Memphis Grizzlies. I know they're not the most exciting team out there, but we'll do the Grizzlies.
Hey, did we get Neat? Did you get your hot take?
I think my hottest take was the 35.
Yeah.
But I got another
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I do not think Randall gets traded.
Okay.
I think he shows a lot of improvement as a starter.
Okay.
I think they keep him in case they
don't
get.
My question to you. Here's my thing. How much do you want to pay Randall in the future?
What's he worth?
Because that's the problem, right? If you're talking about signing those 2 stars, right? You gotta be, you're talking about signing two superstars to max contracts. You're not gonna have a lot of money left over. So yeah, well, how much do you think he's worth?
Well, I don't think any stars are going to come, so I think you keep him. Don't trade him. I don't think
that's not the. But hold up. That's not the question.
That's a good hot take. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's not the question, though. If they sign the 2 stars, how much is he worth?
Okay, both. Answer both. If they do sign him, if they don't sign him. So let's say you're saying nobody comes. Answer that one first.
Then, if nobody comes, what's he worth?
Yeah, you got all this money. How much you paying Anthony Randolph? I mean, not Anthony Randolph.
How much you
Julius Randolph.
Anthony Randolph, come on.
I don't know. I'm telling you what. Right now, at the current, like how he was in 2016, fine. If he's good and you're not getting any stars, I don't know. I don't have a number. What do you think? What would you pay?
You gotta give us a number. Remember the contracts are high. No, I know we gotta put you on the spot.
I want the next one. So what's good? Let's say this season, what kind of numbers are you looking for out of him?
I'm looking for him to score 15 to 20.
Let's just say 15. Let's go 15. Let's go 15.
I think if he improves his shot, I think Lonzo will give him the ball. I think maybe his assists will drop or stay stagnant. Maybe. Right. I mean, who's playing backup to Lonzo's passing? Right? Yeah. That's kind of the system that they're running in the first place. I feel like you don't trade Randall. You're not getting any stars in the summer. I really don't think you are. Not in the West.
And we know they want him to be their version of Draymond Green. That's what Luke wants.
Yes. Don't sleep on the Draymond Green.
I'll go this, James. How about 15.7 rebounds, 4 assists for Randall? Let's just go with that. What are you paying?
Okay. I mean, if nobody comes, screw it. You have nothing to spend the money on, yeah.
What, 17, 18?
17, 18. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. What about you, Brady? Go ahead. No, go ahead, Neat.
Okay, Paul George has a good season with OKC. Why on earth, when you're just trying to go for that ring, why would you come to like a developing organization?
He's gonna leave. Paul George isn't staying in OKC.
No, so this is my thing with Paul George.
He ain't winning a ring either place.
Exactly. So that if he wants to be home, that's one thing. And my one, I might be with Neats because here's the thing with the Lakers. Paul George is like, all right, I'll come if LeBron's coming. And LeBron's like, well, I'll come maybe if you get Paul George and somebody else. It's too many moving parts. And if they get the first domino to fall, there's a good chance they get the second domino to fall. That's where something like this plan that Lakers are trying the machinations of Lakers is going to fall apart. I don't believe.
But here's the thing, though.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, James, real quick. If Lonzo Ball, let's say next year we see obviously he's not going to be NBA All-Star, but let's say that he has a really, really good season.
I don't think anyone's going to look at Lonzo Ball.
No.
I need to go play.
No, I'm not done there. But then Brandon Ingram is that 25-5 guy because I think Ingram's going to be their best player.
He should be.
I think he's going to be an All-Star. That guy's really good.
Eventually,
so then if he really steps up, you see what Lonzo can do, and guys like that, you can get Lopez to come back on a decent deal. That becomes an attractive place now, right?
To who?
I'm not saying LeBron because I think LeBron's going to Houston, but I could see Paul George going there, and there you go. You bring in George, and what happens with Ingram now? He moves to the 4.
Okay, but even so, let's say Paul George, Brandon Ingram, and your boy Lonzo. What are they doing? What are they doing?
You bring KCP back. You get Lopez on a decent deal. That's a playoff team to me.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
In the West?
Absolutely, yeah.
In the West, get out of here.
I think that's a playoff team. Lopez, Paul George, Brandon Ingram, and we're assuming Ingram's going to be that 25-5 guy. Lonzo's going to be really, really good. That's where I'm going. We know what KCP can do. That's a playoff team to me. I'm not saying they're going to get to the conference finals or anything. That's a playoff team, though.
All right. I guess we'll see.
Yes. Yes. Hey, call me crazy. I'm high on this Lakers team. I like Lonzo, though. Maybe it's a little bias coming out in me. That's fair. That's fair. Yes. Brady, no, you got to speak now. You haven't given us your thoughts on that. Am I crazy?
I can see Paul George be like, man, me and Russ just scored 60 points a game combined, and we just got to the second round of playoffs. But, hey, I'm going to go play with Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball.
The problem is George and Russ aren't going to combine for 60 points a game.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
I think Paul George averages about 23.
I know, and Russell's gonna give you about 25. So we're at 57 right there, brother.
23 and 25. That's 48. That's 48. We're looking at 48.
Damn. So 50 points a game.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah, they'll get about 50.
I'm obviously not them because I can't even do basic math.
I'm a math guy. Hey, that was basic math.
That was very basic math.
That's not them. If I'm one of them because I can do that, I'm one of them now. Even though I may even be more of an eye test, than James here. I'm probably the biggest eye test guy on Twitter, and I get killed for it. But it is what it is. I'm not a big stats guy.
I tell you, bro. I'm starting the site. It's gonna be holistic basketball. Where all my articles, I'm not gonna use any numbers at all.
Hey, Jay, you gotta let me know. Hey, can I write for your web? Can I write for your website then?
I'm writing. I'm dead serious. I'm just write. Hey, you're gonna tell stories and you're gonna talk about players without using any numbers at all.
So I can be part of your website. I
like that idea. Seriously,
for sure. I'm not Brady. You stay away from my damn site. You go fucking.
Can I read it?
He wants Brady to be.
No, I'm blocking your fucking IP address. You stay away from my site. I don't want you to
retweet. James told me I don't even have to be a great writer and I can write.
I mean, I'll just clean it up. I'll make it sound good. So I'll edit.
Nice. I'll do it. I'll write because I suck. I'm a terrible writer. Math was always my thing, but that's why I talk.
I've been saying that for a while. I'm really gonna try to get a couple people, and we're gonna tell basketball stories. I don't care about numbers. No numbers, no analytics.
Just basketball stories.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's dope. Actually,
Brady wants to be a part of it. James.
No, he doesn't.
I like storytelling more than I like math. I'll be honest.
Hey, you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna have pop-up pictures. We're gonna have coloring sections and stuff and everything, right?
Oh, now you're clowning my site, huh?
No. I didn't, bro. No. That's not what I was really attacking Brady on that one. Because he's one of them. That's really where I was going with that.
Also, because he's like 16. I get it. So all right, I'll take that.
And you got to stare. You got to stare at his picture the entire podcast.
I would not. I've been staring at my phone the whole time, so I have to see that abomination of a picture.
Yes, the troll picture. Yes. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Like I said, we'll be back Monday. We got the Boston Celtics. I'm going everybody's noticed. One day it's the West team, one day it's the East. I'm switching it up, and I don't want to do all the good teams I want to sprinkle everything in. In between, just to, I think it's best that way. Let's just, I don't want to save all the good teams for the end. That's dumb to me. So that's why we're going to do Boston we're going to do Boston on Monday. We'll do the Grizzlies on Wednesday. That's going to be entertaining. And we'll do, we got Detroit with Duncan Smith on Friday. So everybody, thank you for tuning in and listening to us. You got to learn once again who them are. You got to hear me say that Lonzo's a generational talent. I'll eat crow. No, I'm not going to eat his piece of paper like Austin Hutchinson, but I will eat crow. I'll do that. But we will see everybody on Wednesday night around the same time again. I can't guarantee you, we'll click on right at that time, but we'll be back on Monday night with the Boston Celtics. Until then, peace.